team just simply blew the Pirates out of the water, winning here 100-70. So may this afternoon be as memorable as that one was. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout while we sort things out and see what happens here in regard to the national anthem, and we'll be back with basketball. Well, Darren Dunn, if you're looking for big-time scorers in this basketball game in terms of league averages and averages throughout the season, you won't find it. The leading Blue Dragon is Bridie Kennedy Hopoate, 12.1 points a game, 11.9 for Kyrie Rogers, 11.8 for Taylor Staley. All of those will be in the starting lineup. And when you look at less in double figures, Erica Moore the closest at 9.8.
That really stood out to me as well. I thought, how can you have a team in this league and not have a scorer who stands out and scores 10 or more a game? You're exactly right. They just do not have it. But when you look at their points per game, 58.5, you realize why. It's kind of just thrown together with a few players here and there scoring not quite 10, a little bit less than that. And that's why they're 148th in the nation when it comes to scoring per game.
They are a very tall basketball team. They have 6 players on their roster of 6 foot or more. And yet Hutchinson did a good job in the first game against them rebound-wise. That'll be one of the stats, though, to watch here. If Independence is to be competitive against the Dragon women on this floor, I would think they would have to out-rebound Hutchinson.
Yeah, and it takes a little bit more than just being tall. You have to be athletic, and you have to be able to box people out. I think we see that all the time in the men's game, especially when you have these 7-footers who don't get a lot of rebounds, but you got guys that are a lot shorter than them at 6'7" and 6'6", getting rebounds because they're more athletic. They box out, they pin the person behind them, and get a clear rebound.
And there's one other intangible when it comes to rebounding. Coach Knack, who works high school basketball with me, is fond of saying rebounding is more about want to than anything else. You have to want to get that basketball.
Yeah, you have to have the desire, and that goes a long way. Heart goes a long way in this game.
Quickly looking at the starting lineups, Janae Alston from Fort Smith, Arkansas starts for Indy. She averages 9.4, 5'8" sophomore. Then it's Anna Bagshaw from Chanute, 5'9" freshman, averaging 6. Erica Moore is from Lizella, Georgia. She's 5'8", a freshman, averaging 9.8. Alec Akuan is from Australia, actually from South Australia. She 8 points and 8.5 rebounds a game. And the final starter is Jordan Schoenberger from Chanute, 6'2" freshman. She averages 5.7. For the Blue Dragons, the usual lineup: Lakin Preisner, Inya Butenaw, Taylor Staley, Kyrie Rogers, Bridie Kennedy, Hopewate, Coach John Onches, who's coached more Blue Dragon women's games than any coach in the history of the program, pretty much sticking with that lineup. And why not? 25 wins in a row.
Yeah, it's like they say, broke, don't fix it.
We talked scoring. Taylor Staley, 3. Right, just about the same. And then Inya Butenaw, who has 389 assists to her credit, ironically could conceivably come out of this game having had more assists at Hutchinson Community College than her coach. John Onches is the men's record holder in that category with 396.
Well, I think that says a lot about Coach John Onches. I mean, how awesome is that he's going to be involved both ways, for the leader for the women and the leader for the men. And I would have to think that a lot of what she does is her talent, but a lot of that goes to coaching as well, saying, hey, Inya, have you looked at it this way? Have you looked at the floor this direction to see where you could find some more openings?
Steve Carpenter was talking to Coach Onches before the game and told him those numbers, 389 and 396, and Coach Onches said she won't see the floor this afternoon. However, I see her out there wearing number 5. She'll be in the starting lineup, and I'm lady from Croatia. Lakin Preisner, the 5th starter for the Blue Dragons, is from Americus, Kansas. She averages 7.
I think one thing to look at, the fact that the Independence Pirates played the Blue Dragons close in the second half at that game that happened at the Sports Arena back on January 11th. The problem was they got blown out in the first quarter and the first half. They were already down 12 after one quarter, then down by 27 at halftime. So you factor that in, and they were already out of the game. But if they can put together a full game, they could have a close game this afternoon against the Blue Dragons.
Pretty impressive. They turned the lights out for the introduction of the Independence Pirates. Pirates decked out in pink uniforms today. Obviously, a breast cancer project for Independence Community College. Turn out the lights, and pretty fancy lights flashing around on the floor. Green, red, blue, and a decent, certainly not good.
And possibly for these players chose
Out night of their own later in the year. Head up to you to see who could wear the most pink.
Well, I'm sure I would have lost that challenge. I might get a little pink on a shirt, a little pink on a pin, but I think you have pink game over.
I can cover it. I had a former student come back and say she studied clothing design. She said, Mr. Hilst, when you get older and your hair turns gray, you need to wear bright clothes. I've taken that to heart.
A lot of pastels in there, Easter colors.
Pastels, or even bolder colors than pastels. All right, finally the lights come back on and we are ready to go. Those are pretty sharp pink uniforms, white trim. Blue Dragons in their road grays with blue numbers. Our vantage point right above center court, high up. Kind of similar to the position we used to have in the sports arena. A lot closer to the floor, though. I'd say about half the distance we were in the sports arena. We've been down on the floor this year for Blue Dragon basketball, and we'll continue to be there throughout the national tournament. Rusty Hilst, Darren Dunn with you, and it's time for basketball.
Aleka Kewen, 6'3" freshman out of South Australia, going up our Australian, Bridie Kennedy Hopewate, to jump things off. Kennedy Hopewate, 6'4", got a couple of taps on it. It's ahead into the front court to Kyrie Rogers, left side of the basket, but wrapped back around to the right side for the layup, no good. Rebound to Alston. Here come the Pirates in those pink jerseys the other way. And you're right, Rusty, those numbers really pop out of that black and white trim, out of those pink jerseys. And matching it almost, in contrast just a little bit, the grays of the Blue Dragons with those blue numbers. You can definitely tell the difference. 14 more, up for 2, somehow through the contact, banked it in and good. Erica Moore on the scoreboard, and the Pirates have a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a line drive bank. That came through the basket with a lot of velocity.
Laser, and somehow it went in as Butenaw on the other end for the Blue Dragons, setting up the offense. 15 to work with on the shot clock. Elbow to Rogers, who shoots from about 18, and she knocks it down. 2 for Kyrie. We're knotted at 2, a minute in. Thank you for listening on Country 102.9 and KWBW. It's Darren Dunn with Rusty Hilst. Thank you for watching on the live stream as well, Blue Dragons Sports Network. You're watching the opposite direction that we are looking at the ball game as Bagshot puts up a three, nothing but the bottom of the nets. 5-2. Pirates have an early lead. 8:42 left in the first. Bagshot just her 18th three of the season. Kyrie Rogers, the ball outside the arc, looking inside to Kennedy Hepawate. It's a zone defense put on by the Pirates. The Blue Dragons are accustomed to seeing a lot of that. Bounce pass on the inside from Butna to Kennedy Hepawate. Hepawate tried to shoot it straight in, no backboard, and missed it. Offensive rebound to Kyrie Rogers. Her putback no good, but she was fouled. This foul goes against the Pirates, and first one's up.
Inside with 17.
Second free throw is good. Kyrie Rogers brings the Blue Dragons back within one. Almost 2 minutes into the first quarter here in Independence. Pirates with the early lead on a 3-point and also a crazy laser to the basket, left side of the hoop, no good. Offensive rebound to Acuin. Her shot hangs, comes off no. Ahead to Lakin Preisner. Thought about driving against Moore, but pulls it back out. Butna setting up the offense against this zone look. Kind of a morphing 2-3 and a 3-2. Bounce pass on the inside to Kennedy Hepawate. Too strong, she lost it out of bounds. Turnover, Blue Dragons.
Dragons want Bridie Kennedy Hepawate to be tougher on the inside. They think at times she plays a little soft.
We need to look at that Pirate defense another time down. It's possible that they are in a box and one against Kyrie. Holding the ball side outside the three-point arc is Bagshot. She drives in from 18. She knocked it down. Bagshot has 5. Pirates have 7. They're ahead over the Blue Dragons by 3. Almost 3 minutes into this one.
Obviously very comfortable shooting the ball in their own gym.
Ball knocked away by Alston and out of bounds. She couldn't gather it before it went out of bounds on her, but good defensive pressure put on by the Pirates. Coach Janches wants to. We'll take a 30-second break with the Pirates leading 7-4. We're back in 30.
Well, the Blue Dragons struggling a little bit here in the very early going against the zone. Kyrie Rogers with all 4 Dragon points. Her 4 points in this one, doubling the 2 points that she scored in the first meeting between these two schools.
Yeah, I believe she had 9 rebounds in that game, so she got her game done in other ways. Turnover, Blue Dragons, knocked away by Alston. Alston couldn't gather it, though. Picked up by Butna. Ahead to Staley. Corner.
And for Taylor Staley, three-pointer number 85. She's number 2 on the Dragon list.
She has a chance to break the three-point record and also the three-point percentage record this year if she continues to shoot so well. Alston may have gotten away with a little bit of a walk, dragging a pivot foot. 12 on the shot clock for Moore. She drives baseline against Kennedy Hepawate and the foul. She puts the lay in left-handed is good. This will go probably against Bridie Kennedy Hepawate. It does. Her first, team's first, and Moore goes to the line to shoot one more.
Dragons gave up the baseline and let Moore get loose for a reverse, and she adds the free throw.
Blue Dragons just tied it with a 3. Now give up a 3-point play to Moore and the Pirates. It's 10-7 Independence. 6:25 left here in the first quarter. Early goings here in Pirate Country, as the court reminds us, and the banner on the front door reminded us as well on the way in. Outside the three-point arc up top, it's Kyrie Rogers. She used up her dribble. Gets it to Kennedy Hepawate inside, kicks it back out to Butna for 3. Yes, that barely touched the rim and the net as it goes in for Inya.
Inya is a much better three-point shooter than she's given credit for being.
4 minutes into this one, we're deadlocked at 10. Working on the inside is Schoenberger. On her back is Bridie Kennedy Hapawate. Alston wants some room for a three, but Booten closed it off quickly. She has to pass it away. Bagshaw looking baseline with 9 on the shot clock. Drives back to the other side of the floor and hands off to Moore. Moore kicks it to Schoenberger. Schoenberger has 2. 12-10 Independence.
71% shooting early on, 5 of 7.
5.5 left here in the first quarter. Rogers driving all the way to the baseline, had to pull it back out once Ewan came out and met her. Inside to Kennedy Hapawate, up and good. She took the foul from Schoenberger. She will pick up foul number 1, foul number 2 on the Pirates, and Bridie has an opportunity at a three-point play.
And that is exactly what the Dragons are talking about when they say Bridie needs to play strong. That was a very strong move.
Talked about all the 6-footers for Independence. 6-foot sophomore from Douglas, Sarah Hadjukovic, checks into the ball game. Bridie makes good on the free throw attempt. The Blue Dragons now lead it 13-12. Checking into the ball game for Independence, Shea Kelly did not play in the last contest against the Blue Dragons. Only game of the season that she missed. She only averages about 4 points a game, but you never know when that 4 points and a 35% three-point shooter can come in handy, especially late in the ball game when you need a bucket. Alston working against Budna, gets a screen from Schoenberger, pops from the elbow, she got it, and you're right, Rusty, the Pirates are on fire. It's not just one player, everybody's hitting.
And the Dragons are staying right.
Kyrie Rogers after Budna. McClure in the ball game for the Blue Dragons.
2 steals again.
Moore picked up her dribble. She could get a 5-second count, almost did. Now she throws it away into the backcourt. Butna tracks it down, went up for the layup, but had it stripped away the lower belt. Alston was able to sneak in for the last possible moment and steal that one away. Pirates set up offense on the other end, leading the game by 1 point. Ball stolen away. The pass inside was taken away by Rogers. Ahead to Staley. The layup is good, and the foul. Shea Kelly got the arm of Taylor Staley, and Staley was able to put it in for her 5th point of the ball game, a chance to add to it. Anna Bagshaw comes back into the game for the Pirates. Dakota Coral, 6'4" freshman from Fredonia, is in there as well. Free throw is up and good for Taylor Staley. She has Steve Hilst with you on KWBW and Country 102.9. Alston crossing over. She'll be content to pull from about 23 feet away. No good. Offensive rebound to Coral. Coral had a foot in the lane, had to dribble away from Bridie Kennedy Hapawate. The Pirates will set the offense up again. Man-to-man defense put on by the Blue Dragons. A couple of hand checks put on by Brenna McClure to keep Bagshaw ahead of her. Alston drove in, kicked it back out. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Alston has it on the outside now, has to hurry. Almost had it inside to Hadjukovic, knocked away. Last touch by a Pirate. Blue Dragon basketball.
The Pirates are capable of playing good basketball on this floor. When they played Seward, the team with whom the Dragons are tied, on this floor.
Glass into the free throw line and had to pull it back, set up the Pirate offense. Shea Kelly kicks it near side, down in the corner, outside the three-point arc to Bagshaw. She found Hadjukovic on the inside, and Hadjukovic will bank it in for her first 2 points. Blue Dragons ahead by 2, 2.5 left in the first quarter. Rogers outside the three-point arc, no one within 10 feet of her. Passes it off to Butna. Butna gets a high screen from McClure.
This basically is an and one because Taylor Staley being dogged almost all the time.
Butna drove in the left-hand side all the way. Nice bounce pass. Give her an assist to Bridie Kennedy Hapawate, who has 7 points. 20-16. Blue Dragons lead it. We're closing in on 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Both teams operating with really strong offensive efficiency.
Taylor Staley working hard defensively against Bagshaw, who now has the ball offensively. She drives in with the right hand, got by Staley. Lots of contact below the waist between Bagshaw and McClure. Both players went to the ground grimacing. No call. The ball rolls harmlessly out of bounds. Turnover to Independence.
That one might have registered on a seismograph.
Quite the collision as we get a couple of new players into the game. Kyla Williams and Alicia Brown check in for the Blue Dragons. As they work against this, it looks like they are man-to-man defense on Lakin. A little more lax in other areas of the floor. Man-to-man also on McClure. It's almost like a zone of three down the middle of the free throw line, and man-to-man on those two players. Preisner works against Kelly, kicks it back out to Butina. 4 on the shot clock. Alicia Brown underneath needs to work quickly, throws it away. Hadjukovic stole away the pass. Alston the other way, nearly had it tipped away by Preisner, kicks it out to Bagshaw. Bagshaw drives in, but kicks it back out for a 3 to Kelly, no good. Offensive rebound to Hadjukovic. Her second attempt, no good, but she was fouled underneath by Kyla Williams.
Remember what I said, that the Pirates would have to rebound well to play with the Dragons. They are doing just that right now. Rebounding 5-1 in favor of the Pirates.
A couple of those coming on the offensive end as Hadjukovic puts up the first free throw. Kind of a flat line shot, rattles it down. She has 3 points. Erica Moore checks in for Bagshaw. Anna Bagshaw was providing some problems as she was driving and kicking, and had an opportunity where she drove and scored. Second free throw is good for Hadjukovic. She has 4. Independence leads at 20-18. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. I take that back. The Blue Dragons lead at 20-18. Lakin Preisner, ball on the outside, passing up in front of the lane to Williams. Williams far side to McClure. Long pass inside the lane to the other side to Williams. She got fouled and made the basket.
Well, nice pass from the wing came from McClure, but Williams did a dandy job of controlling a tough pass to control because it was very high, and she'll get the and one opportunity.
We've seen, I believe this is the third one we've seen in this game. 2 now for the Blue Dragons. Actually, the fourth one, as Williams gets that one to go. Williams had one, Kennedy Hepawate had one, Staley had one, and the Pirates had one. Kelly looks, gets the ball to Murdoch. Back to Kelly, who kicks it all the way out front to Moore. Moore almost walked with it. Maybe she did. No call. Stolen away by Butina. Butina the other way. She has a path through the lane. Goes up, no good. Contacted on the right side by Moore. Rebounded by Alston. Alston the other way. All the way to the basket. Airballed the shot on the layup, but got her own rebound. 15 seconds left. Shot clock is dark. Blue Dragons lead at 23-18. Moore wants the last shot. Under 10 now. Stolen away, had it poked out, and Alicia Brown has it. She gives it to Butina at the far free throw line. Ahead to half court to Preisner. She needs to get a shot up. She does. The 3 glances off the front of the rim and no good. And that's how the first quarter ends. Blue Dragons lead it 23-18. We're back at Independence in 1 minute.
Well, despite being out-rebounded 7-2 in that first quarter, the Blue Dragons have used some hot shooting to lead by 5, 23-18, as we move into the second quarter. A hot shooting for Hutchinson. 7 of 12, not far behind for the Pirates. 58% shooting. Pirates, though, with 8 turnovers. That has pretty much negated their rebound advantage.
Blue Dragons had 3 and 1 opportunities, capitalized on every single one of those, plus Taylor Staley and Inya Butina knocked down 3-pointers. So that's 5 trips there the Blue Dragons had, and they come away with 15 of their 23 points. off of those 5 trips. Independence will start the second half with the basketball and those pink jerseys they have tonight, not only for the breast cancer awareness and the pink out, but sophomore night here as well. Have those black numbers with the white outline, the Blue Dragons, white outline on the blue numbers with gray jerseys. We watch it as the Blue Dragons knock the ball out of bounds. The Pirates work from our left to right, and you're going to get opposite of that if you're watching on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. That one knocked harmlessly away from the Pirates. They'll do it again. Another inbound from about the 28-foot mark on the opposite side of the floor. Bagshaw directing traffic, guarded closely, about 30 feet away by McClure. Passes it off to Moore. 10 to work with on the shot clock. Pump fake put up by Moore. Bounce pass on the inside to Schoenberger. Back out to Moore for 3. No good. Rebound, Kyla Williams. Williams the outlet to Boutin. Here come the Blue Dragons. Pirates trying to figure out where they should be defensively. McClure gets a bounce pass inside to Brown. Brown out of control on the way up, got her own rebound. Left hand goes up, drew nothing. Kyla Williams the rebound. Another offensive board for the Blue Dragons. Preisner now for 3, off the front of the rim, almost bounced up, over, and in, but came off to the hands of Alston. Here come the Pirates the other way. Underneath, Akuin has a little bit of a size advantage against Kyla Williams. Akuin 6'3". Williams now guarding her at the elbow, 5'10". Schoenberger gets it on the other elbow instead. Sets the screen for Alston. Alston pulls it from 22. Got it. 3-pointer for Janae Alston. She has 5. 23-21. Blue Dragon lead. Almost a minute and a half here into the second quarter of play. It's Darren Dunn and Rusty Hilst on KWBW and Country 102.9. Thank you for joining us on the Blue Dragon Sports Network as well. Boutin has it in the paint. She needs to get out of there. She does. Kicks it out to a corner 3 for Brown. No good. Way too strong, too long, and an air ball. Rebound to the Pirates and Akuin. Alston gives the fist motion to set up the offense for Independence right on the Independence logo. She waves away Moore. Moore runs through the paint, guarded by Preisner. Sets up on the other side of the 3-point arc. 10 on the shot clock. Alston working against Boutin. Gets a screen, doesn't use it, goes the other direction. Pulls up from 12. Good. Rebound by Williams. Blue Dragons the other way. Boutin assessing the situation. Offensive rebound. Moore followed her back out to the point line and grabbed her by the and that's a foul.
Boutin will get a breather for the Blue Dragons, as will Alicia Brown coming back in. Kyrie Rogers, Bridie Kennedy, Hopewate.
Brenna McClure will move to the point position. She has Kennedy Hopewate down the block, and Rogers waiting to maybe set a screen on Alston up by the free throw line. She pops out to the 3-point line instead. Rogers driving on the left block. Mate guarded by Schlein. 17. Rogers shot no good. Somehow gets the carom off the rebound. Gets her own rebound up for 2, no good, but she was grabbed around the arms. And Rogers will make a trip to the free throw line. Foul goes against Independence as Erica Moore picks up her second.
The Dragons noticeably more aggressive on the glass here in the second period, but they haven't connected for any points, and the free throw corkscrews out for Rogers.
Blue Dragons lead it 23-21. They were down by 3 early in this one. It's been the Blue Dragons as of late, though. Shea Kelly checks back into the ballgame. 5'7" freshman from Parsons again. Did not play against the Blue Dragons in the arena earlier this season. The only game that she missed. Second free throw for Kyrie is good. She has 5 points. Blue Dragon lead back to 3. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Corner now to Alston. Guarded closely by McClure. McClure had a screen she was trying to work around from Schoenberger, and she gave Alston just enough room to knock down another 3. 8 points for Janae Alston. The Pirates have tied this one at 24. 6:45 left in the second quarter. Rogers Started to drive in against Bagshaw, pulled it back out. McClure has it outside the three-point arc now. Bounce pass from Rogers inside to Kennedy Hapawate. She holds high, posts a dribble into the left side, no good. Rebounded by Preisner, who tried to throw it off. Is in the lane, but guarded closely by two players. 5 on the shot clock. Rogers needs to do something with it. She has it from 22 feet out and shoots. No good. Only the 5th time we've seen Kyrie put up a 3. Rebound to the Pirates. Alston sets up against this man-to-man defense put on by the Blue Dragons. Shea Kelly working to the far side to Bagshaw. Back inside the free throw line to Schoenberger. Schoenberger back to Kelly. Kelly wanted to drive, got wrapped up and pulled to the ground, almost like a tackle in football by Lakin Preisner, as Preisner picks up her first personal, team's first. Foul occurred going to the basket. No shots here as Kelly will inbound from her right side of the basket. McEwen from 17 off the inbound. Air ball too strong. Rebound to Taylor Staley. Staley will play the point, bring the ball up the floor. Passes it off quickly to Brenna McClure. Working underneath is Kennedy Hapawate. Lakin Preisner set a screen underneath. Now wants to set a screen up high against Alston for McClure. And on the drive, McClure was grabbed by Shea Kelly. Kelly picks up her second.
Blue Dragons are 0 for 7 from the floor in the second quarter.
24-24. Rusty Hill, WBW, 102.9. Passes for 2, no good. Rebound offensively to Kennedy Hapawate. She couldn't get it. Scramble for the ball. Rebound to Rogers. Back out to Butna. Butna to Bridie Kennedy Hapawate, who was left wide open for 2. 9 points for Bridie. Blue Dragons back on top by 2 with 5 minutes before intermission. Alston gets a screen, wide open for 3. She got it again. Boy, is Janae Alston feeling it. She has 11.
And she's just a 25% shooter from 3.
Yeah, she, when they're feeling it, they're feeling it. And she's already got her average and more of points per game as the Pirates take back a 1-point advantage. It's 27-26. 4:45 left before halftime. 10 on the shot clock for the Blue Dragons. Kennedy Hapawate, pump fake from 17, drove to 14, shot no good. Offensive rebound nearly picked up by Rogers. Now she has it. Bounce pass back to Bridie. Bridie up for 2, no good. Schoenberger thought she had a clean block. The official says otherwise. And Jordan Schoenberger picks up her second personal.
Well, the Blue Dragons have been much more aggressive rebound-wise here in the second quarter.
Kennedy Hapawate, first free throw off the front of the rim. Rolled off the right side to the back of the flange. Off and no good. Still a chance to tie it here as Hadjukovic comes back in, as well as Murdoch for the Pirates. Second free throw, almost the same result, but instead of bouncing off, it bounces in. Kennedy Hapawate has 10. Blue Dragons tied 27-27 here with Independence. Just under 4.5 left here in the second quarter. Murdoch drove in to the baseline from 15 and kicked it back out. Look out into the hands of Alston. Couldn't get that 3 to go. Rebound battled for and pulled down by Rogers. Ahead to Butna. Butna now to Preisner. Working the baseline is Taylor Staley, guarded closely by Bagshaw. Ball goes into the paint to Kennedy Hapawate. Kick back out to Butna for 3. Yes, Inya has 2 3-pointers in the ball game. 30-27, Blue Dragons lead it. Under 4 now left before halftime. Alston, who's been on fire, playing the point here for the Pirates. Passes it inside to Hadjukovic. It's the give and go, but Butna sniffed it out and cut off Alston before she could go anywhere. 8 on the shot clock. Ball is 30 feet away from the basket. 5 now. Alston gets a screen. Is she content to shoot for 3? Yes, from 23 feet away, way too strong. That's a shot clock violation. It never drew rim, just the backboard. Turnover, Independence.
Turnovers really, period. That's the first turnover either team has had in this period.
Blue Dragons won that turnover battle in the first contest 26-10. That was one of the biggest differences in that first game that allowed the Blue Dragons to win at 83-44. Inside to Kennedy Hepawate. Found Rogers as she was double-teamed, coming on the backside. Wide open, the layup is good.
Beautiful job by Bridie of recognizing she had an open teammate.
Kyrie has 7, 32-27. Blue Dragons lead it. Butina knocks the ball away from Alston, going down to one knee, and traveling is Dakota Coral. She thought maybe she possessed the ball with a knee on the ground. The official says, no, you possessed the ball and put a knee down. Nothing I can do about that. That's your pivot foot moving. 5-point lead for the Blue Dragons. Under 3 left in the second quarter. Butina stopped her dribble, no one around her, but had to pass it off to Kennedy Hepawate and get it back to refresh that dribble. Bridie Kennedy Hepawate, top of the arc, over to Staley. Inside now to Kennedy Hepawate. Pump fake on Coral underneath her, and she got fouled. She faked up high, went under the outstretched arms of the 6'4" Coral, and got fouled, looping it up underneath as Coral picks up her first.
An afternoon that started slowly for Bridie Kennedy Hepawate has turned into quite a showcase for the young lady from Australia as she hits the free throw.
She has 11. Joy Porter is on the sideline for Independence, limping maybe to the training room. Not sure if we will see her again. Second free throw is good for Bridie. She has 12. 34-27, Blue Dragon lead. 2:20 left before intermission. Ball on the inside now to Ajukovic. Oh, we're going to get another and one as she was fouled on the way up. And Kyrie Rogers will pick up the personal. Just the second team foul here in the second quarter. Kennedy Hepawate will get a breather as Kyla Williams checks into the ball game. Ajukovic now with 6 points and an opportunity at another and one opportunity. She had the other one for Indy. Free throw is up and good. Sena Aktaş, 6-foot freshman from Turkey, will check into the game for the first time. She didn't do much the first time against the Blue Dragons. She did have 4 turnovers, though.
Both of these teams really reflecting good coaching this afternoon. Getting a lot of good looks.
34-30, Blue Dragon lead with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Butina looking on the inside to Rogers, but she was closed off quickly by Murdoch. But guess who was left alone? Kyla Williams. Layup no good. Offensive rebound to Rogers. Back to Williams. This time she makes good. Off the backboard and in for Williams, who has 5. Blue Dragon lead to 6. Minute 45 left before the break. Aktaş holds the ball high. Throws it overhead inside to Ajukovic, who quickly kicks it back out to Alston. Alston all the way across the court to Aktaş, who almost lost it out of bounds. 9 on the shot clock. Alston has it back on the far side for 3. Oh, she has another one.
4 of them.
14 points for Janae Alston. Averages just over 9. Has been on fire in this first half. Cuts the Blue Dragon lead back to 3. Just over a minute left. Butina sees a lane, takes advantage of it. Closed off by 2 Pirates. She was fouled going up for the layup on the left-hand side of the basket with her right hand. And Murdoch will pick up her first. Pirates already had 5 fouls, didn't matter. Butina was going to get to the line one way or another if she was fouled. First shot is up and good. Not sure I've seen those red shoes that Inya is wearing today, have you?
I don't think I have. Joy Porter, by the way, being helped to the dressing room. Not sure we're going to see her again.
And she walked out one door on this side by the benches, and I saw her come back in the far door to go to the locker room. So she had to make the long route out of here to get to the locker room. Butina good on the second free throw. A minute left before halftime. Blue Dragons lead at 38-33. It's Darren Dunn and Rusty Hilst on KWBW and Country 102.9. Thank you for joining us on the Blue Dragon Sports Network as well. Everything is opposite of what you're hearing that you're seeing there. As Alston drives all the way in for the layup, grabbed by Butina. She didn't think she did, but the referee says, yes, that's your first personal. Alston heads to the line. Alston was 0 for 6 for field goals in the sports arena. You can say she's gone well above and beyond that here in the first half.
Home cooking makes a difference. First free throw is off the mark.
Normally wears number 10, wearing number 5 today. I wonder how much that has to do with it. Probably not. I'll tell you a story in a second. Fire from the floor, cold from the free throw line. Rebound to Staley. 40 seconds here on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Blue Dragons will have to get one off and then possibly give the Pirates one more possession. From the high school three-point line, Kyla Williams no good. She tried to track down the rebound but knocked it out of bounds on the sideline. Pirates will have it, but there's 30.9 on the game clock, so they'll have to get a shot off with 0.9 left.
Rebounding is completely turned around. The Dragons lead the rebound count now 17-11. Trailed 7-2 at the end of the first period.
So Will Perdue played for the Chicago Bulls. They spelled his name on the back of his jersey wrong one day. Had a great first half. They fixed it at halftime. He was back to his old self and not scoring in the second half. That's my story about the jersey number. Here we go. Alston.
Ought to change the spelling of his name. That's obvious.
Ball on the inside to Murdoch. Murdoch tried to loop it up around Brown and didn't hit the backboard. In fact, that's one of the wildest shots I have ever seen. It ended up about 7 feet outside of the backboard. That's how far away it was from the rim. Mutna gets the ball across half court, rolled in to save time. 4 on the game clock. Shot up by Williams, no good. Rebound to Hajukovic. That's the end of the first half. Blue Dragons headed to the locker room in Independence, ahead 38-33. We are back for your Medicine Shop half game capsule right after this.
Well, it is halftime and time for the Medicine Shop game capsule. The Medicine Shop, that pharmacy, you'll find it at 14th and Main, conveniently located in Midtown Hutchinson. We've talked for years and years about the little on the northwest corner. Well, what you're going to find, folks, great service, competitive prices, free delivery in Hutchinson and South Hutchinson. In other words, make the Medicine Shop your pharmacy. It is a terrific place. Well, the Blue Dragons and Independence involved. Leslie Crane shot 55% in the first half and still trails the Blue Dragons 38-33. Hutchinson, meanwhile, in the first half, just 12 out of 31, 39% shooting. 12 out of 22, 55%, including 5 of 10 from 3 for Independence. The Dragons were 3 of 8. Hutchinson got to the free throw line more frequently, made 11 of 13. contrasted with 4 of 6. And the Blue Dragons have turned the rebound wars around, trailing by 5 after the first quarter. They lead that category at halftime by 3. Hutchinson also did a nice job of taking care of the basketball. Just 4 turnovers, contrasted with 10 for the Pirates. On 12 baskets in the first half, the Blue Dragons had 11 assists. That's about as good as it gets. And if you're keeping track of Inya Butna, she needed 7 to become the all-time assist leader at Hutchinson Community College. She has 4 of those at the halftime break. For the Blue Dragons, who do enjoy that 5-point halftime advantage, Bridie Kennedy Hopewate, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points for Kennedy Hopewate. I want to check that. I might be wrong on that. 12 points for Bridie. 8 points contributed by Inya Butna to go with those assists. Kyrie Rogers scored 7. 6 points for Taylor Staley, all of those coming early on. 5 points for Kyla Williams. For the Pirates of Independence, the scoring has been totally done by 3 ladies. 14 for Alston, 7 points. That's not true. By 4 girls. I omitted one. 14 points for Alston, scoring 7 was Sarah Hajukovic. Jordan Schoenberger had 2, and 5 points for Erica Moore. And that'll be the Medicine Shot game capsule. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with more.
Welcome back to Independence, where the Blue Dragons lead at 38-33 at halftime. We thank you for joining us on KWVW. You heard the basketball differences you saw in the first game of the season when these two teams got together on January 11th, and the Blue Dragons won at 83-44. Independence turned the ball over 26 times, and the Blue Dragons only turned it over 10 times in that contest. You remember the second half was a lot closer contest as the Pirates were able to keep it close and stay within 12 points in the second half of the Blue Dragons, but the damage had been done in the first half. So we'll see if the opposite is true today. The other thing to look at, the Pirates only shot 20% from the three-point line in the sports arena. They made exactly 2 3-pointers, and already in the first half of this one, they've made 5. 4 of them have come from Janae Alston, who has been on fire in this one. 4 for 7 from beyond the arc, 5 for 11 from the floor, and she was 0 for 6 in the sports arena, so she's had quite a first half. Looking at some scores from around the league, Cowley at Pratt this afternoon. That one looks like it is in the books. Cowley gets the win, 100-89. to 58. Another score coming in was the Cloud final, cruising to an 86-46 win over Allen there on the road. So a victory there for Cloud. We'll continue to look at those basketball games as those continue to come in kind of around the league. And of course, the one that we're going to want to be watching for would be that Seward contest to see how the Saints can finish out the season. Not sure where they're going to get a loss. Everything could come down to a coin flip. And it looks like Seward got the win over Dodge today, 97-48. So here at halftime, it's the Blue Dragons leading it 38-33. Early on, it looked like Independence would take a little bit of a lead. Never an opportunity for the Pirates to break away in those pink uniforms as the Blue Dragons kept it close and then worked its way to a nice lead here at halftime by 5. We're back in Independence in 2 minutes.
We're looking at some Big 12 basketball scores from games this afternoon. Iowa State about to knock off number 9 Baylor, as Iowa State playing at home leads Baylor 71-63 with 13 seconds to go in that game. Number 12 West Virginia went to TCU and had to make a free throw with 1 second to go to win it 61-60. Oklahoma State continues to play some of the best basketball in the conference as they defeated Texas Tech 80-63. Brad Underwood really has the Cowboys playing well. Games to come up a little bit later. Actually, it should tip about 5 o'clock. Number 3 Kansas is at Texas, and Kansas State playing on the road at Oklahoma. Both of those games figure to be pretty competitive affairs. When you look at games nationally involving top 25 basketball teams, you find a pretty good day for favorites. One exception to that might be Michigan appears to be in a position to be able to knock off number 14 Purdue. The Boilermakers up by 6 with a little over 2 minutes to play in that one. Miami, Florida leading Duke by 3 with a couple of minutes to play in that game. I gave you the Baylor-Iowa State score. Oregon and Stanford tied at 69. Oregon number 6 in the country. That's with 4 minutes to play. And in games that have already been completed, these are finals. Florida State over Clemson. That's number 19 winning, 76-74. Number 18 Virginia defeated North Carolina State 70-55. And North Carolina playing some awfully good basketball, pounded Pittsburgh 85-67. Tim Jankovich's SMU team, number 17 in the country, 69-61 over UConn. And Wichita State, the Shockers have crept back into the top 25, and they did nothing today to change that as they defeated Missouri State 86-62. to 67. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with basketball as the Blue Dragon ladies lead Independence, but just by 5. Both teams back out on the floor. It's a good one. The number 2 ranked Blue Dragons 38 and the Independence Pirates 33. With the second half story, here's Darren.
Independence Pirates will get an opportunity to inbound the ball and work from right to left. Opposite that on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Few finals in women's basketball action today. Cowley at Pratt, winners 100-58. Allen at Cloud, 86-46. Seward over Dodge, 97-48. Barton at Coffeyville, Garden City at Colby, and Butler at Neosho, all to tip off later here this evening. Moore gets things started. A drive to the lane against Preisner. Shot up the rim, no good. Had the lay-in opportunity, but didn't use the backboard, and Preisner comes away with the rebound. Inside quickly from Staley to Kennedy Hupawate. Had it knocked away by Acuan. Harmlessly out of bounds, and the Blue Dragons will get an inbound. We're going to start the second half the way we started the first half. For the Blue Dragons, it's Preisner, Booten, Staley, Rogers, and Kennedy Hupawate. And then for Independence, Alston, Bagshaw, Moore, Acuan, and Schoenberger. Inbound from Booten as she gets it back. Shot no good, too short, but rebounded offensively by Bridie Kennedy Hupawate. She puts it back in and 2 for 14 points now on the afternoon. Our afternoon tip-off, I guess, have moved in here into an evening affair as we're in the first minute of action in the third quarter. Strong to the basket and laid in is good. Anna Bagshaw has her 7th point of the ball game. 40-35. Blue Dragons lead it just a minute into the second half of play. Screen up high from Kennedy Hupawate. Pulls away on the J-cut, gets the ball from Butna, drives into 12. Shot left hand, no good, but she was fouled on the way up by Schoenberger, and Schoenberger will pick up her 3rd. Bridie heads to the line. Already made a couple of free throws in this one, but she's missed a couple as well. That first one is no good. Last time these two teams met, she had quite a ball game with 17 points, and she was 8 for 8 from the floor. The only place she missed a shot was from the free throw line.
Dragons also got 17 from Brenna McClure in that first game. Brenna hasn't scored in this one.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Acuan. She gets the outlet pass to Alston, and here come the Pirates. So the Blue Dragons get to the free throw line with Bridie Kennedy Hupawate, and they come up empty. Moore got a double screen there on the right side from Acuan. All the way to the basket, knocked to the floor. Shot is no good. She was fouled. Taylor Staley picks up her first of the ball game. First of the third quarter. Moore will head to the free throw line. Excuse me, that's Bagshaw. Bagshaw was 0 for 4 from the floor in the first contest between these two teams. Had 3 turnovers. First free throw is good, and in this one she already has 8. 5'9" freshman from Chanute. Starts her free throw opportunity from her heels back at the 3-point line. Steps forward to the free throw line. This one is short. Rebounded to Staley. Here come the Dragons. Staley has to wait for the rest of her team to get down the court. Butina has it now outside to Rogers. Rogers outside the three-point line, drives in past the elbow, left side of the basket, stops in the middle of the lane, kicks it back out to Kennedy Hepawate, now to Butina. Butina started the attack from the three-point line on into the elbow and was fouled by Alston. Alston her first, team second. Butina will inbound from underneath the basket on the right side. Kicks it underneath the basket in the far side corner to Rogers. Rogers inside to Kennedy Hepawate. She got bodied up by Hajukovic. Anches wanted a foul. No call. Rebound to the Pirates. Alston working against the man-to-man defense put on by the Blue Dragons. It's Preisner here now against Moore. Moore thought about taking a screen from Hajukovic, went the other way. Now took the screen and tried to bounce pass it to Hajukovic. Had it knocked away. Turnover, Pirates. Blue Dragons the other direction. Underneath around the restraining line to Rogers. Shot up, no good. But she was fouled by Aleka Kewen. Kewen, foul number 2. Team foul number 3. And Butina will key it in again. Bridie, the pass to her outside the three-point arc. She dribbles into the KJCCC logo in the middle of the floor, or the middle of the paint. Kicked it back out to Butina. Her three is no good. She hit a couple of those in the first half. Offensive rebound to Rogers. Butina setting the offense up once again. Plenty of time to work on the shot clock. Kennedy Hepawate pops from 15, no good. Rebound controlled by Moore and the Pirates. Pirates wearing pink. Blue Dragons in gray. Rogers guarding Moore. Out above the three-point arc. Pass on the far side to Bagshot. Can't find any room against Staley. Has to pick up her dribble. Gives it away to Kewen. Now Kewen gives it back. That was a little bit of a moving screen. Not enough contact to call it from Kewen. As Moore drove baseline and had it knocked away by Rogers. Brenna McClure will come back into the contest for the Blue Dragons. Taylor Staley will get a break. Blue Dragons lead at 40-36. Just 3 minutes into the third quarter.
Hutchinson getting a real challenge in this game.
Bagshaw, pink headband, passes it to Hajukovic. Her shot up from 15, no good. Strong rebound to Rogers. Preisner went to the floor, a little slow to get up. Now she's back in pace, running the other way. Butina, give her another assist. Found Bridie Kennedy Hepawate on the left side of the basket, good for 2.
Bridie Kennedy Hepawate playing her best basketball of the season.
Brenna McClure quick to get back on the Pirates, who were trying to work quickly offensively, knocked the ball out of bounds. Bagshaw will inbound, holds it in the three-point, or the triple threat position, I should say. Inbound to Hajukovic. Now outside the arc to Moore, working on the lower box. The right side is Kewen. That pass from outside the three-point arc kicked all the way to Alston. Corner 3, no good. Hajukovic trying to get her hand on a rebound, but merely poked it out of bounds. Ball to the Blue Dragons.
Hutchinson enjoying a 6-point advantage. Not sure what the biggest lead in the game is, but it has been well shy of double digits.
Blue Dragons' largest lead was 7 points back when it was 34-27. Right now it's 42-36. Blue Dragons a chance to get the biggest lead here of the ball game. 15-footer from Rogers is good, so they get it. Rogers now with 9. 44-36. Just over 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's Darren Dunn, Rusty Hilst, KWBW and Country 102.9.
Big possession for the Pirates.
They need an answer bucket for sure. Coral underneath, can't get the shot to go. Harassed underneath by Kennedy Hepawate. Long rebound, rolled around, picked up by the Blue Dragons. Preisner way ahead to Butina. Layup no good. Rogers there for the rebound. She drives back to attack the basket. Kicks it back out, though, to Preisner, and Butina now will set up the offense. She gets a little bit of a touch screen from Bridie Kennedy Hepawate. Put a pump fake on Coral. Coral will pick up the foul. She had it at 16, drove to 15, put up the shot. Coral was late getting there, and Coral has foul number 2.
More importantly, free throws for Kennedy Hepawate.
We get a timeout. Leslie Crane wants to talk about it. Blue Dragons lead at 44-36. 5:35 left in the third. There's a 30-second timeout.
The Blue Dragons with statistical advantages of significance in rebounding +6 and in turnovers +8. That's 14 extra possessions. That's hard to make up.
Yeah, that's where the Blue Dragons will get you and start to pull away, especially when it's come to this particular matchup on the year. Kennedy Hapawate came away empty the last time at the line. Gets the first free throw to go, though. She's sitting on 17 points.
Equal to what she scored against this team in the arena.
Kelly comes back into the ball game. Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Rogers. Rogers is going to get another foul on Coral. She can't believe it. She was the one who sent Bridie Kennedy Hapawate to the line. Then Rogers is able to get around her and underneath, and Coral will pick up foul number 3. It's already the 5th team foul here on Independence as the first free throw goes in. And as you look up at the scoreboard, the foul count 5-1, quite the disparity. The Pirates have the 5 fouls. That was that way in the second quarter as well. There was a time it was 5-1 in the foul count. Second free throw is up and good.
And with 5 fouls, look for the Blue Dragons to really try to attack the inside.
And Coral is 6'4". She goes to the bench with those 3 fouls. There's some of the size we talked about from Independence. Butna steals the ball away, all the way to the other end for the lay-in. No good, but she was fouled. This one will go against Shea Kelly. Kelly just came into the contest, and now she has 3. Shea Kelly did not play against the Blue Dragons in the first outing, only game of the season she missed. Butna dribbles a handful of times. First free throw is up and good.
And now she can pick up her 10th point. And the Blue Dragons all of a sudden have space. They lead it by a dozen.
48-36, 5:22 left in the third quarter. Shea Kelly came in, literally played one time up and down the court, and now she comes out with her 3rd foul. Bagshot comes in for her. Butna, her second free throw is good, and as Rusty indicated, she now has 10. 49-36, 5:22 left in the third quarter. Bagshot playing the point for Independence, trying to move Alston around at the shooting guard position, but she's guarded closely by McClure. McClure had to get around a screen to catch up to her. Ball pass back out front to Moore. Alston played a lot of the point there in that first half, and an elbow was thrown after a foul. You hear the crowd wondering about that one. Preisner got a hand in there. Picked up her 2nd foul, team 2nd of the quarter, but after she did so, Moore threw an elbow. Luckily, it went to just air, but that could have been a lot worse. Her inbound, knocked out of bounds by Brenna McClure. She's just all over the place.
I mean, she came from 20 feet away to knock that ball out of bounds.
If you are her knee pads, you are getting a lot of action in games protecting those knees because she is not afraid to get down and dirty and on the floor. She's one of the scrappiest players you'll ever see. Now Butna wants to be scrappy, taking a page out of the Brenna McClure handbook of scrappiness. She gets down on the floor and is fouled, this time by Bagshaw, who picks up her 1st.
And every foul the rest of the way in this quarter, 2 free throws for the Blue Dragons. And Butna, a very good free thrower.
84% on the year. Has a 2.6 assist to turnover ratio. We talked about her opportunity to become the all-time Dragon leader in assists, not just women's basketball, but men's. And Rusty, tell us again who she would pass on that list.
Her coach,
John Otches. He said that she would not see the floor, but here she is, scoring her 12th point, tongue-in-cheek, obviously, as Bridie Kennedy Hapawate and Kyrie Rogers will get a break. Alicia Brown and Kyla Williams come in for the Blue Dragons, who lead at 51-36, under 5 here to go in the third quarter of action from Independence.
It has been a spectacular first 5 minutes of the second half for the Dragons.
Alston comes back out to the point position, guarded closely still by Brenna McClure. Back shot, crossover against Butna, had to pick it up from 12 and kick it back out to Moore. Moore with 10 on the shot clock. Preisner on her. Nothing much going on the offense, nobody's open. Back shot, driving in, passes it to Akewen, 3 on the shot clock. She has to force up a shot, and she was fouled on the way up by Kyla Williams, who picks up foul number 2.
Dragon defensive intensity has really picked up. Hutchinson continuing to do a nice job rebound-wise, and a 5-point halftime lead has become 15.
Akewen free throw is good, and that's the first time we've seen Akewen score in this game. Only had 3 points the last time these two teams met. Second free throw now for Akewin is good as well. Not half bad for a 64% free throw shooter. 51-38. Blue Dragons the lead, 4.5 left in the third quarter. Alicia Brown heads down to the free throw line and pops back outside the arc to get the pass from Preisner to Butina. Butina inside to Preisner now. Nearly had it knocked away, but the ball found its way back into the hands of Butina. Runs baseline, pass back inside to the restraining line to Williams. Shot up, no good. Possibly could have used the backboard, but was a little bit too strong. Rebound to the Pirates. Guarded by Butina, it's Bagshaw. She puts in a jab step. Puts the ball on the floor, now kicks it to Moore. Underneath it's Akewin with the size advantage on Williams. But that's not where the Pirates will go. Oh no, they'll throw it back court. The pass tipped away from Alston there near the Pirate logo. Glanced off of her fingertips into the backcourt. She retrieved it for the backcourt violation. Timeout, Independence. Leslie Crane just crosses her arms at the 28-foot mark and says, what are we doing? It's a 30-second timeout. Blue Dragons lead it by 13. We're back in 30.
The Blue Dragons lead at 51-38, 3:51 left in the third quarter. Inya Butina, who needed 7 assists to tie her coach. Of course, John on the men's side for Hutchinson Community College, and Inya obviously on the ladies. One more assist would tie her with Coach Anches at 396.
2-3 zone put on by the Pink Pirates, wearing those pink jerseys here at home today. The Blue Dragons in gray. Alicia Brown, high arcing shot, almost touched the ceiling. Off the rim this time, no good, but rebound to Butina. Back to Brown. Brown inside to Williams. She went up against Hadjukovic and got fouled. There are about 3 Pirates there. And Hadjukovic was the one to pick up the foul. Foul number 2 on her. Blue Dragons lead it 51-38. 3:33 left here in the third. It's Darren Dunn and Rusty Hilst. KWBW, Country 102.9.
Glenn Grunwald and I will be back working together on Monday, giving Glenn a day off.
First free throw, no good. And Monday night at the arena, after all is said and done there, you'll want to stick around because both teams, men and women's teams, after the men's game against Dodge, will be signing autographs. So a chance to get the autographs of some stars, players who are going to be big time at the next level. Second free throw by Williams, no good. Rebounded, though, offensively by Brown. The Pirates just can't buy a rebound here on the defensive end. Blue Dragons with a fresh shot clock have it down now to 15. Preisner, far side to Butina. She holds the ball high, back to Preisner. Underneath, working block to block is Williams. McClure almost threw it away to Butina, who has 5 on the shot clock to work with. Drives past the three-point line, into the lane, back out to Preisner for 3, no good. Offensive rebound again. Williams got a hand on it and knocked it back to Butina. Fresh shot clock for the Blue Dragons. Setting up the offense now, back into the hands of Preisner. It's still a 2-3 defense put on by the Pirates. A long 3 from Brenna McClure, and she is on the board with her first points of the game. Blue Dragons lead at 54-38, 2:40 left here before the end of the third quarter. Alston back at the point guard position. I don't believe she scored here in the second half yet. Put up a three-pointer and no good. A lot of that, probably have to say, is the defense of Brenna McClure, who's all over her right now. Shot has to be thrown up from underneath her waistline from Alston, forcing it up and no good. Rebound to the Blue Dragons. Runner the other way from Butina, too strong. Rebound to Aktash and the Pirates. Senna Aktash saw a few minutes of play at the end of the first half, is in there now for Independence. Aleka Kewin puts on the dream Hakeem Olajuwon move. Shot no good. Offensive rebound to Hadjukovic. Back out to Alston, inside to Moore, driving, shot no good. Blocked by Lakin Preisner. Only the 8th time we've seen her block a shot on the season. She'll get a breather. Taylor Staley into the contest for the Blue Dragons. Already has 1 3-pointer. Ball inbounded from Bagshaw to Akuin. Akuin now to Alston. Hadjukovic comes free underneath. Shot up from the left side of the basket is good. Give her 2 more. She's having a ball game. 9 points now for Sarah Hadjukovic. 54-40. Blue Dragon lead. Minute 35. Left here in the third quarter. Wide open is Staley. 2 foot beyond the arc. Almost tried to bank it in, no good. Offensive rebound to Kyla Williams. Her shot no good. 2 Pirates fighting over the rebound. It was Aktash and Hadjukovic, and finally Hadjukovic pulls it away from her teammate. Independence the other way. It's Alston guarded by Staley. Screen coming on Staley by Bagshaw. The Blue Dragons just switch out of it with McClure. Oh, inside the paint once again to Hadjukovic. She put on a spin over the left shoulder and drew the foul on Alicia Brown, just her first. Down there, the 6-footer on her, and they putting a, and Brown is 5'8". I guess Williams was the other one guarding Akuin, who is 5'10". Akuin is 6'3", so a size advantage there. Hadjukovic first free throw good. 10 points now for her. Second free throw, flat line once again. That's just her style, no good. Rolled off the left side of the basket. Ahead to Brenna McClure. McClure underneath to Williams. Williams, the pump fake, goes up off the backboard and good for 2. Kyla Williams has 7 points. Quickly the other way, it's Independence across half court, under a minute here in the third. 15-point lead for the Blue Dragons, what was once a 5-point lead at halftime. Akuin has it on the inside, content to kick it outside to Aktash. Crossover dribble, guarded closely by McClure, she picked it up. Outside now to Bagshaw. Bagshaw finds, oh, it's Hadjukovic again. She had the inside position on Brown. The layup is good. Brown picks up foul number 2. And it's the 3rd and 1 opportunity for the Pirates. And if I'm not mistaken, Hadjukovic has created all 3.
Good coaching by Leslie Crane. Got such a size advantage at that spot. They keep going to Hadjukovic, and she's making it pay off.
Free throw is good. 13 for Hadjukovic. About 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Blue Dragons still ahead by 12. Alicia Brown had it in the paint, knocked away. Hadjukovic came up with it. Shot clock dark, 20 left in the third quarter. 20 seconds, that is. Akuin has position on the inside against Williams, gets the ball. Wild shot off the backboard and didn't draw rim, no good. Own rebound, though. Offensively for the Pirates, Aktash put up a 3, air ball. Rebound fought for and knocked out of bounds by the Blue Dragons. Staley and Brown had a chance at it, couldn't pull it in. And the Pirates will have 7 seconds left here for a chance to inbound and maybe cut this lead back to a 10-point lead or less. Hadjukovic far outside the backboard underneath the basket. Inbound to Akuin. 5 seconds left. Alston directing traffic. She doesn't have time, but a foul away from the ball. This will go against the Blue Dragons, and it's Alicia to 3. The line to shoot 2.
Hasn't scored.
Had 4 overs the last time these.
By the way, Brown just seconds ago, the first for the Dragons since the first quarter.
Second free throw is up and good. So that lead cut without the clock moving to 10. 3 seconds. Ahead to McClure at half court. 1 second. The shot up for 3. She got it! The three-pointer with a little bit of contact. The defender was riding her. She was right where the volleyball line would be, in between the three-point line and half court. She got it to go. The officials maybe talking about it here a second. I believe she got it off. I never saw an official actually say it was good. And the coaches are maybe wanting the and one because there was the body contact. But it will go down as just a three-pointer. Blue Dragons lead it 59-46 going into the fourth quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Independence, where the Blue Dragons lead at 59-46. The lead was cut to 10 after a couple of Aktosh free throws. But Rusty, I tell you what, there is not a girl on this Blue Dragons team that is not able to make a last-second shot. They've done it time and time again, and this time it's Brenna McClure from in between the three-point line and half court and just drained it.
I'd say 30, 31 feet on that shot, and it's a big one because the Blue Dragons now with a 13-point edge going into the fourth quarter. A nice quarter for the Blue Dragons. They outscore the Pirates 21-13 in the third. Hutchinson trying to keep pace with Seward. Seward's women already a winner on this Saturday afternoon.
And they did it convincingly against Dodge, 97-48. It seems like everybody's been beating Dodge lately by about 50 points. The Pirates in their last game beat Dodge 98-45. So the Blue Dragons now with that 13-point lead, working the ball a little bit here offensively. Get the ball to start this fourth quarter of action, looking for 26th win in a row here. Ball inside to Staley. She turns for two. Yes, off the backboard and good.
Assist Butna. That's number 7. She's tied with Coach Anches.
8 points for Staley and a tie for Butna. What a career she has had. We'll look to see a lot more as the regular season closes out and on into postseason play. Aktosh still in there for the Pirates, holds the ball high, content to cross over and shoot from 18 over Butna. No good. Rebound to Rogers and the Blue Dragons. 61-46. Blue Dragon lead back up to 15. Just a minute into the fourth quarter. McClure, a more traditional three-pointer, this time no good. Rebound though offensively, well, battling for it at least was Bridie Kennedy Hupawate, and before she could pull it in, fouled by the Pirates as Anna Bagshaw will pick up her second personal. Left side underneath the basket now is Butna. Oh, she pulls the Brenna McClure off the back of Murdoch. Gets her own entry pass, then gives it away to...
Has had more.
By Aktosh, no good. For it, Rogers was not only fouled, shaking her head. 8.5 left in this one. Blue Dragons ahead lead at halftime. The third quarter has broken this one wide open. Percentage by 4 turnovers and tried to get across. 2 defenders to McCutting is Brown. She has the lay. Only some open space. Enjoying let it.
Brenna McClure with 3 trays in the second half, including one from 30 feet at the end of the third quarter.
77-52. Blue Dragon lead quiet in the second half. Can't just get here from 18. No. Just off the bound. Butna acted like she wanted to take a 3. Take with the 77-52 lead. 2:45 left. We're
30.
back in 30 seconds.
Well, one of the most impressive statistics, one of the most unselfish statistics a person can own is to be an assist leader. Inya Butna now, 400 of them, 400 assists.
Quite the average when you break it down by how many games she's played. Brown driving, knifing, hot knife through butter, right through the Pirate defense. Gets the lay in for 2. Blue Dragons now showing some full court pressure as the guards, McClure and Butna, crash down.
They have just taken this game by the neck and choked it.
We're seeing the reverse of what we saw at the arena earlier in the year, where the Blue Dragons blew out the Pirates in the first half, and then it was close in the second half. Close in the first half here this afternoon and evening, and now pulling away are the Blue Dragons. 79-52. Pirates nearly threw one away. It hit the official. It would have stayed in bounds, but the official's heels were on the sideline. He realized it. now that he's a part of the floor and he's out of bounds, the ball is also out of bounds. So we go the other way.
Kind of an unkind thing to say about an official.
What was that?
That he's part of the floor. He's a lot taller than that.
I'm just quoting the rule book.
I understand.
Preisner offensively underneath to Williams on the baseline. Blue Dragons will work the ball around the horn. 2 minutes left, 79-52. At the elbow, it's Brown, and the Blue Dragons throw it away, trying to get it to her. Other way, here comes Alston. Hasn't hit a shot here in the second half. Had quite a first half, though. Had 4 3-pointers and 14 points. Inside pass from McEwen, knocked away. Tried to get it to Schoenberger, but the Blue Dragons come away with it the other way. Ooh, wide open layup to Brenna McClure, but she left it long. No good. Alston pulls down the rebound. 1.5 minutes left. Blue Dragons are going to get the 26th win in a row and improve to 28-1. But we're going to take a little time to get there. Leslie Crane wants to talk about it. Pirate timeout with the Blue Dragon lead 79-52. We're back in 60 seconds.
Well, 4 Blue Dragons in double figures, led by Bridie Kennedy. Hopoate's 19, 17 for Curie of assists. By the way, the individual one-game record for the Blue Dragons is 14. Taylor Staley also in double figures with 11.
She has a couple more to go, but I'm not sure she'll see the floor as the Blue Dragons check in with Cassidy Inns, Kayla Barber, Shayla DeGarmo, Lakin Preisner, and Brianna Bradshaw. So the only starter on the floor right now is Lakin Preisner. Pirates with the basketball, 1:10 minutes left in this one. Trying to make it look a little bit closer at the end of the day than it is right now. And a shot clock violation for the Pirates. Couldn't get the shot off. Blue Dragons there to knock it away. So with 1:05, the Blue Dragons will have a chance to break 80. 79-52.
By the way, they average exactly 80 points a game.
Preisner to DeGarmo, works far side to Bradshaw. Preisner is on the baseline as cutting through the offense is Bradshaw. Now on the baseline to Inns. Inns saw a cutting Barber but left it too high, almost threw it away. Blue Dragons track it down, 4 on the shot clock. Preisner shoots up a 3, no good. Rebound though offensively to Bradshaw. Shot no good, blocked away by Hadjukovic. Rebounded by Murdoch. Other way, Pirates. 2-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Working in, backing down is Moore. She'll draw a foul. This foul will go against Lakin Preisner, her third. To the free throw line is Erica Moore. 5'8" freshman out of Georgia. First one rattles in. Moore now has 6 points. Second free throw, she rolls the ball in her hands, puts it up, and swish. Knocks that one down, 79-54. 20 seconds left, the shot clock is dark.
And that'll probably be the final.
Yeah, the Blue Dragons can end this one, I believe the way they ended the one on Wednesday at the Sports Arena with Shayla DeGarmo dribbling out the clock. And she will. The bench players are up, or the ones at least on the bench. The Blue Dragon women now 21 in the Jayhawk Conference. Get you then shop in minutes.